I don't know why I'm bothering to like change outfit, because you all know I'm filming this one after the other. Hi everyone! Part 2 of my beginning of June haul. So I just did my like least excited about ones, and I don't even know. These I'm excited for. I'm excited for all the books I buy, kind of, mostly, I don't know. Let's get to the good part, where I haul a shitload of books I don't need, because that's how I do this. So I have another like 16 books here to show you guys, and I'm excited. I want to devour all of them right now. Why is my energy level suddenly so high? I don't know, but I'm going with it. I'm practically shouting at you. Emma, chill. During one of my many crazy Depop obsessive moments, I picked up 20 Boy Summer by Sarah Ockler. I actually thought this was going to be a paperback, and I'm slightly disappointed it's hardback. Well, I mean, I paid what I thought was a paperback price for a hardback, so I'm happy. But I was planning on taking this on vacation, Emma, no, holiday. I was gonna take this on holiday with me, and I mean, it is kind of, well, it's kind of heavy. I could take it, but let's be real, there's like 50 books I want to take on holiday with me. This basically follows a girl who, I don't know if someone's died or if she's been through a breakup, but her friend is like, we're gonna go on holiday and every single day we're gonna meet a boy and then you'll like find someone to fall in love with. Hence why she's gonna have 20 boys, because they're going away for like 3 weeks. I just noticed that cover is made out of sea glass, and I love sea glass. Oh, that's pretty. I love it. Oh, wait, there you go. When someone you love dies. So yeah, somebody has died. I kind of hope it's not like her boyfriend, because then her best friend's just like forgetting, fuck someone else. But yeah, I just think this could be like a really cute contemporary, but also kind of deal with something a bit more emotional. So this next book I was quite excited for when I first heard about it, and then people were reading it, and I'm sure this is one of the ones people were like, this is problematic, and at that time I was all like, oh my god, problematic. Now I'm like, I could have a whole discussion on problematic books, and I think it's perfectly okay to like a problematic book as long as you're aware of the issues. Anyway, this, I figured, since it was on Depop, I wasn't actually like actively supporting the author, so if it does have issues, it's fine. But I got First Life by Gina Scholter, and I love this. I love this edition. Like, I love these sort of US paperbacks. This has something to do with someone being in an asylum. It's because she doesn't want to let her parents choose where she's gonna live once she dies, because she could live in Troika or Myriad, and they're both rivals. I don't know, it sounds like it could be really interesting. I just hope it doesn't fall into the first book in a series that's just building up the rest of the series. I want it to actually have a plot. I also picked up Under the Never Sky and Through the Ever Night by Veronica Rossi. These books were talked about a lot like a while back, and I'm just realising how annoyed I am that this first book is floppy and this second one is not, but whatever. And this, I thought it was like proper sci-fi, but apparently this girl lives in a dome. So, I mean, it could be sci-fi, but I don't think it's like, it's not like a spacey book. I don't know, maybe it's set on Earth, maybe it's not. But basically this girl's mum goes missing, and then she meets an outsider, and yeah, wait, I have a feeling, is it not set on Earth, but like, it's basically fucking global warmed to shit, so that's why I live in domes. I don't know, but I have both books. I don't know how many books. There's probably like 3 books in the series. Fuck knows. In true Emma fashion, I've got a book I know absolutely nothing about. The Cruelty by Scott Bergstrom. This is something to do with the girl whose diplomat father is kidnapped, so she's like trailing across Europe's criminal underworld to find him. So yeah, my stepdad thinks this sounds incredible, which he would. He's a big fan of things like Designated Survivor and all that shite. During one of my charity shop trips, I found The Graces by Laura Eve. This did its rounds on BookTube when it first came out. Everyone was raving about it. Everyone said The Graces were witches. I was going to make them mine, and basically I think it's a cult book. We all know what Emma's like with her cults. My Willoughby Book Club subscription came through this month. I got Release by Patrick Ness in this really cool like rectangle thin copy. I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually know what this is about, but I've read 2 Patrick Ness books. I read A Monster Calls, didn't like it, and I read More Than This, which was one of those books that during reading was a bit like slow and a bit ugh, but afterwards I'm like, I fucking love that book. So excited to give this a go. Big fan of this cover with the people. I gave in and finally bought this book because of the cover. State of Sorrow by Melinda Salisbury. I was never interested in The Sin Eater's Daughter, but this cover just has me hooked, like obsessed with the like embossing. Just yes. And absolutely no clue what this deals with, as usual. I just feel like it could be a very whimsical kind of book. Like it's a very kind of weird like contemporary vibe cover, but then kind of also fantasy. This cover gives me magical realism vibes, which I'm kind of hoping for, but I don't know if it will be. But I got this second hand and it legitimately looks like it hasn't been touched, so yay. I've lately had a thing for Japan. I don't know what it is, I've just become obsessed with Japan. You know how we go through the cycle of like self-help books in the UK? Like a couple of years ago we were all obsessed with Hygge, which now I'm going to be singing Hygge, 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 Hygge from Frozen. What I didn't realise was I found this book for like £1 in a charity shop, and then I get an email from Waterstones with their like books of the month, and they're obsessed with this book that is currently retailing for $12.99. Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life by Hector Garcia and Frances Morales. Now, those don't sound like Japanese names to me, and it's translated by Heather Cleary, so I don't know what language it was. Well, Hector Garcia has a brother called Aitor, A-I-T-O-R. That could be Japanese. But basically, Ikigai is like your reason for getting out of bed in the morning, and this girl needs a good reason. I don't know, it just looked cute, so why not? I also picked up another book that is on my NetGalley, like, to be read pile basically, and that's The Red Ribbon by Lucy Adlington, and it's all about like the dresses, like the dressmakers. I don't know if they're in concentration camps, but it's like during the war, and oh, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to read, I think, because it does have like pictures and ribbons all throughout, but I do like that. I love it when a book kind of, I know what I mean, but like, you know, it's got like the buttons and the pins. There's just something about books that do that I just find beautiful. 4 of us, Rose, Ella, Marta and Carla. In another life we might have been friends together, but this was Birchwood. So I'm not 100% sure what Birchwood is, but I'm pretty certain it's to do with the war. Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I have been wanting for like so long. It was recommended to me back when I was a bookseller, and I then discovered that it deals with like a boarding school. It's to do with like a woman who I think thinks back on that time, and it's one of those books that you see in charity shops all the time, but they're always like in tatty condition, and this one was pretty decent, so I think I paid maybe like £2.50 for it, maybe just £2, I don't know. But I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it, partly because I was like telling myself that that was going to be like my last splurge, so I figured I should just buy it. I have been wanting to read more books by E. Lockhart, so I picked up How to Be Bad, which is by E. Lockhart, Lauren Miracle and Sarah Lanowski. This has a road trip in it, and I don't know, it just sounds like a fun, fast read. You know those books that you see and you're like adamant you will die for? You're like, I need to read this, super hyped for it, and then you just forget? That's exactly what happened to me with this next book. The Dolls by Kiki Sullivan, beautiful pink edges. This is something to do with girls, they're called the Dolls, and there's like a killer that's trying to sneak into Carrefour, which is like a town, but I think it's like a gated community. I'm not sure. Someone wants them dead, so talk about combined powers, so I don't know if it's kind of like fantasy magical realism, but I am here for it. This next find had me buzzing, because backstory to this book. A few years ago when I was a bookseller, 2 women came into the shop and wanted a book for their book club, and it was a bit difficult to find, but we'd eventually found like a US edition that we could get, and when it came it was like this size. It was like a really badly abridged version. So of course the women are like, that's not good, that's not what we need. So this whole saga happened, trying to get a hold of this book, and then I don't know if it like won an award or what, but for whatever reason I feel like everyone was trying to get a hold of it, so eventually it came out. Like, it didn't necessarily come out in the UK, but like we eventually were able to get a hold, like it eventually became available. And I've always had that book on my mind because obviously spending like half an hour trying to track down a book, you get talking to the customer, and it sounded so interesting and everyone talks about it now. I'm sure you've all heard of it, and that is The Dinner by Herman Koch. My Dutch isn't great, so I don't know how he pronounces that. This basically follows two couples who are having dinner, and they've both got 15-year-old sons who are apparently like linked together by a crime. It's supposed to just basically be like following this dinner and the parents like casual conversation about like weather, politics before they get into like this whole the whole like crime thing. And I don't know if it's a case of they're maybe trying to blame each other's son or what, I don't know. But as I said, I've been wanting to get into more sort of literary fiction, modern classic types, so finding this in such good condition. And I know people hate the covers that are like cut off early, but I love it. I think it's great. And my final two books, well technically final three books, are ones I bought brand new. I know, Emma went into a bookshop. Shocker. So in a minute I will talk about the book that made me go into the bookshop, but I ordered a book to click and collect and went in there. Estelle and I were like, because I was meeting Estelle for dinner, so we were like, we need to go and find out like if they have Just Don't Mention It, and they did. And this isn't the copy I bought, this is the copy that just came in the mail today. But basically when I found out, I know I've mentioned this in so many videos, but when she told me to look at the acknowledgements and I was in them, I was like, I need to buy a copy. I don't care if one's getting sent to me, I will drop $9.99 on this book like that. So I did, but it was on the buy one get one half price, so I was like, oh, I can finally get, like, I didn't need to, I did not need to spend another $3.50, but I have no self-control. And I really wanted to get The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, but it wasn't on the offer, and I tried just to like not look at all the new books that were out because I would have been sucked in. So I went for the one book that I've been kind of desperately wanting for a while, and that is Orphan Monster Spy by Matt Killeen. And there's a teenage spy, a Nazi boarding school, and the performance of a lifetime. It just sounds like, I mean, this art deco style is like my shit, but yeah, I've wanted this for quite a little while. People have been talking about it, like who have like the US edition, and then when I saw this cover I was like, I need it. So I could have tried to get a book that like I have on NetGalley, or just one that, I don't know, I could have just got another copy of Just Don't Mention It, let's be real, that's what I should have done. But I have this because why not? And finally, the book that I had click and collected, my heart is full. So I reorganised my bookshelves, and you can't really see, but up there I decided to show off my Kirsty Logan books, of which I had The Gracekeepers and The Gloaming. Now I've only read The Gracekeepers, but I fucking loved it, and it's like my prized possession. It is the most beautiful book, the most beautiful naked hardback. It's signed, yes please. My copy of The Gloaming isn't signed, which is kind of sad, but Kirsty also has some short story collections. However, one of them came out in paperback with like a matching kind of cover to at least the paperback of The Gracekeepers. I don't know, it's just got that really beautiful kind of art. So I was like, I need it. So I got A Portable Shelter by Kirsty Logan, and this follows, I believe it's a lesbian couple, well, it's a female couple, and they're expecting their first child, and they tell the child, like the unborn child, stories. However, they've got to like keep the stories secret from each other because they've sworn to only ever tell the truth, something like that, but I just think I'm gonna love it. I pre-ordered, well, I collected this. What I didn't expect was for it to be signed. And the thing I love about Kirsty Logan is she does little doodles with her picture, with her signature. So this has got a little house, The Gracekeepers has a little boat. Basically, I have on my shelf, it's The Gracekeepers, The Gloaming, and then it's going to be this. So I was tweeting about how it's going to be like, The Gloaming's going to be the unsigned sandwich, and she was like, I'll sign your copy one day, it has little waves, and now I'm just like, I can't wait. I don't know if I want to read this before The Gloaming, or if I should just be like Emma, just fucking read The Gloaming already, because it's a full-on novel, but I am here for this. Kirsty Logan is incredible. Fucking love her. I just love her, okay? And she needs more hype, okay? She got me into magical realism and it's like my favourite thing on the planet. So yes, I cannot wait for the day I can get my copy of The Gloaming signed, because I haven't met her yet. Like literally, my copy of The Gracekeepers is signed because she came into the shop like 10 minutes after I left my shift. Like, why? But hey, one day I'll actually end up at one of her events. I'm making it a thing happening. So yeah, that's all the books so far that I got. In all fairness, right, these 16 and the 16 from the previous haul were like accumulated over maybe 3 or 4 trips, but you'll have noticed in my last charity shop haul I only got 9 books, and I think I was well behaved. I'm getting there, okay? I'm getting there. I definitely think that doing these smaller hauls is gonna help me to like buy less books. Like, I know some people would say that it would make you buy more because if you're going out shopping you're gonna be like, well, I need enough for a haul. But I actually think that like, I don't want my channel just to be haul videos, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind having a lot of hauls, like if I have like 1 a week, but I don't want it to be like 5 hauls a week or whatever. So hopefully you may only receive maybe 1 more haul before the end of the month. But yeah, I need to get on with my reading. One last thing I want to show you I got on Depop is this little guy. I haven't named him yet. He''s a little bat. So I absolutely love Jellycat. I have a bunch of Jellycat foxes. I have a cat somewhere. I love Jellycat. They're so soft. They're adorable. Just thought I'd let you guys see it. Look at his little wings. And the person, when they put him in like quite a thin box, because the box I had, I'm like, what is in that? He was all cuddled up in his little wings. He's so cute. Maybe if I show you a stuffed animal at the end of every haul, you'll all forget that I have a book buying problem. Because seriously, I have like 10 stuffed foxes. It's crazy, it's crazy. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If anyone can think of a way to help me get through my fucking TBR faster so I can keep buying this many books, that would be great. If you liked this video and you haven't already yet, please subscribe, and if you want, press the notification button so you can find out when I've spent even more money on books I don't need. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!